Alright, now check out this interesting or, well, fascinating topic. Now, as some of you know, some of these old mountains are nothing more than large tree stumps, massive trees before the flood that were cut down. This is a video. If you go and you type in "some mountains are tree stumps," there's a video, it's got like 700,000 views. Some mountains are ancient giant trees, and it is undeniable. That's exactly what they are, because before the flood, there were trees that, I'm just letting you know, were incredible. I mean, some of these trees could have been like 1 mile high or even taller. But you know how the criminal elite likes to mock the masses and reveal, real truth in movies. Go back and watch that movie Avatar and pay attention, because they are revealing what the pre-flood world or environment would have actually looked like. There are things in that movie that were real, and maybe they got the knowledge from fallen angels or demons or whatever. Now check out this theory that I have. So these huge enormous trees that were cut down, now first of all, who cut them down, and why are there not little Grand Canyon valleys where the tree would have hit the ground? Where are the massive amounts of petrified wood, these mile-long trees laying on the ground or whatever? Now check out this theory that I have, all right? As the King of Heaven was releasing the water for the worldwide flood, imagine he sends 1,000,000 angels down, and I don't know, high-powered lasers or whatever, giant swords or whatever they needed to accomplish their mission. So imagine the flood is beginning to take place. There's 1,000,000 angels all over the earth, and they are just carving up these gigantic trees as the water is rising. All right. Now the reason is because the King of Heaven, he did not want, after the flood, he did not want mile-tall trees. The world was going to be different after the flood. Now we know from the ancient scriptures there were rivers. You know how Adam and Eve in the garden, there were rivers and all that. These Nephilim, these giants, they could have had large boats. There could have been, bodies of water. They went out, and he did not want them to survive the flood. There could be half-mile pieces of trees that are frozen under the ice in Antarctica for all we know. He deliberately had some of them as, I don't know, call it a monument or a reminder of the pre-flood world, because that is exactly what you're looking at right here. This incredible tree stump called the Devil's Tower in Wyoming. It is undeniable. This is petrified wood. You are looking at a massive tree stump that most likely the angels from heaven came down and started carving them up right as the floodwaters were rising. Anyway, that's my theory, and I do believe it is true. Now, there is no doubt that angels would have protected the ark to make sure that no massive tree branches or, cut down lumber is going to damage the ark. But they were most likely used as battering rams to make sure none of the Nephilim, these giants, these abomination creatures, could have survived the flood. And something else, he did not want these giants to climb up these mile-tall trees and attempt to survive the flood. All right? Like one way or the other, cut these trees down. The water is going to rise up over everything, and we're going to make sure none of these abomination creatures survive. I do encourage everyone out there, you want a fascinating video to watch, just type in "some mountains are tree stumps." Come down here to this 750K viewed video, and you will witness what mile-tall tree stumps actually look like. A lot of these mountains, that's exactly what they are.